Good morning. Apologies for the delay. I got too involved with what I was doing and looked up and realised it was already gone 2 o'clock, despite the fact that my Alexa reminds me twice. So anyway, we're here now. There's not really much to look at today in the market. Pretty much got similar levels to yesterday. First, before we start, let's look to see what news could move the market. We had some 8:30 news, I think. Well, it'll be Friday. Oh, maybe not. I'm looking at my news event. Tell me there's 8:30 news. Okay, well, if we go by this, we've got PMI at 10 AM, so be wary of that. And we've got a Fed speaking at 11, so they're the only two things that could move the market around. Oh, Fed speakers on Saturday as well, on Sunday. Not sure if that's normal or not. But anyway, let's crack on with the levels. We're looking at the ES, and we're on the 1 hour time. That's the daily. Let's just quickly look at the daily because there's a few things of interest here. You can see we've had a few 1, 2, 3, 4 red days, and we're putting in a little bit of a green day right now. But 4 red days, and we've had bigger red candles over the last day. Bit of indecision yesterday, and we're smack bang right in between this area. And what I'm seeing here is potentially a big area of confluence, and we've got the point or a volume shelf just at that previous level, 59.83, which is 6,000 almost. And what I'm looking at potentially is this big daily head and shoulders pattern. So we've got the left shoulder here, we've got the head, and we've got the right shoulder. And I originally had a level for that around there. That's based on December levels, but let's just bring it down. And what I'm looking for is the most touches of pivots within a region, probably this area. Where we are right now is our break and retest area. I don't really want to see it retest until we get below that pivot there. So we want to see it come down, come back up into this region, 58.80 to 59.40 area for the retest back down. So that's on the daily. So let's see what it looks like on the hourly. And if you remember a few days ago, we was up here and I was looking at the volume, and you can see this is a perfect volume price now. So we had increase in price, but we had decline in volume. And I said at the time that would have been a great swing play just there, and it looks like it was. I didn't take it. I've taken other swing trades. In fact, I was looking to get QQQ short at one point, but I missed that, so I kind of just missed the shorts really. Probably one of my new year, or one of my goals for the year. I don't do New Year's resolutions. I do daily, weekly and monthly goals. But maybe one of my monthly goals, long-term goals, will be to action some of the swing trades I see, and then actually just do them rather than talk about them, because a lot of times I'm picking up these swing trades. I do a lot of swing trading, and I do see plenty like this one we talked about, and we talked about the potential head back in December when I said we were putting in a left shoulder. This could be the head, and it did turn out to be the head in the end, and we're putting in the right shoulder right now. So I'm going to put some alerts up. I think if we break down, come back up into this region, you know, the only thing I hesitate on is maybe this indecision candle was the break and retest, but let's keep an eye on this. Let's go down to the hourly levels, get some levels for today. Okay, so today we're right back up in this area we've been watching. I didn't see the end of yesterday. Look at that, it's come right down. Look at that, sold right off. I didn't take any trades yesterday. I was trying to catch the break and retest a pre-market low, and it didn't come back and retest it. So and then I was outside my 2 hour trading time. I like to only trade the first 2 hours of market open, and anything after that I kind of just don't bother. I'd rather not, rather getting involved with the midday trades. But we've got this area here, and we're kind of into that area. We could technically say it's a retest area. We broke through this pivot, and we're coming back up into this area. So what I do quite like is the breakdown. In fact, I do like the breakdown of pre-market low. A break and retest pre-market low with a target of 58.80, which is yesterday's low. Otherwise, a break and retest of pre-market high above that 50 moving average, come back down to retest it, and then we've got yesterday's high as a potential target. Excuse me. And that's it. I can't really see anything else. That's where we are right now. We're right in between. We're coming up to the pre-market high area. Let's just draw a trend line. See where we are here. Got that trend line there. Draw another one. There, we want to put the two trend lines together. We could even draw a third line, and that could be, in fact, we've got this trend line already drawn. Let's just connect these pivots together here like that. You see how we fan in? So when we sold off, we had a slow descent, then we had a steeper descent, and we're kind of slowing down a bit now. So these trend lines could be potential areas we can watch for rejections. Well, this one up here really, 60-60, where are we? There's not much volume there. No, let's just keep it really simple today. So break and retest of pre-market high, pre-market low. Watch for a bounce, this double bottom. I missed that yesterday, it was outside of my trading time. But that's the area we've been watching. Watch for that again. And if we lose that area, what have we got below? If we do lose yesterday's low, that's a big area of confidence. Let's just mark that up. I'm not sure why I've not got a level there. And you see tops of candles, bottoms of candles, tops of pivots there, bottom of that candle there, and bottom of that candle. That's definitely a major area. You can see also volume is starting to come into play around that area as well. So really the next area is probably around here, potentially this zone, this area here. So 5800 to 5840 is the next area to watch for. That's where the point of control is, but probably this area here. You can see tops of these pivots over just off screen, bottoms of pivots here, bottoms of pivots, and we've yet to come back down to retest that area. So that's another area we can watch. 5800, psychological area as well, psychological number, and obviously we've got this 6000 area as well. So you see yesterday's high came close to that, pretty much there. We had tops of pivots there, bottoms of pivot, bit of confluence, and then tops of pivots over here as well. So that's basically, we can watch yesterday's high to 6000 for the rejection, yesterday's low for potential bounce, and if we lose that area we've got 5800 for a bounce. Pretty much it. Let's have a look at SPY. Cumulative delta and order flow is not looking like it's doing too much, it's just going with the price, so not much to look at there really right now. So this is SPY. Again, didn't quite get that double bottom we did on ES, but we can watch that area anyway again for a bounce. 58 580 basically, and then pre-market low, break and retest short. Look at that nice double top we could be putting in the pre-market right now. And then break and retest. We want to see it break over that 50 moving average, come back down and retest the pre-market high to at least test yesterday's high, this region here. You can see it's a big area of confluence. You can also see, where's the volume? The volume's just there as well, coming in about there. So that's where the volume is, 590. So watch 590 to 591 for the rejection. SPX levels, probably similar to what we had. We were pretty close to that one, so let's make an adjustment. I do like to use more recent pivots over older ones. It's still in play because it's like area confluence. Bear in mind I only eyeball these levels. I kind of just see where the most touches are of both the bodies of candles and pivots, and then you can kind of guess that that's going to be a area. So let's just make an adjustment to that. The reason I'm adjusting that one is because we've got high of that pivot, lows of these pivots there, and we've already gone through it twice, so it's not really in fact I'll keep it, I'll get rid of it because it's not really in play now. So this is in play, this area here, 58.20, 58.30, and then we've got probably this region here, big area confluence, tops of pivots there, so it's 59.82 to 6000. So if we're looking for a short on ES, Obviously we've got this moving average as well, which is curving over. This is a 200 moving average, so that acts as a what's the word I'm looking for? Acts as a confirmation as well. So if we're coming up into that region, not only do we have a level and we're looking to go short on ES, we also have the 200 moving average curving round as well, and we have this area of confluence. So lots of reasons why we want to watch this area 5982, and obviously if it pushes up into the 6,000, that's a psychological number. NQ, look at that beautiful double bottom on NQ. It's not broken the trend yet. Like the ES is a little bit broken, so we're kind of holding that trend. It's not a very good line I've drawn, but you can see the general idea. So again, pre-market low, pre-market high, break and retest out of that little range it's been in, and we can watch for bounces down where we were yesterday and look for rejection up down at yesterday's high 21,500 for a rejection, that area there. QQQ, we've got this downtrend. Potentially we're putting in a bit of an uptrend, so maybe we look for a trend entry, break and retest a pre-market high. Again, same with the others as well. Otherwise, if we lose that area, we've got pre-market low. Let's watch out for the break and retest. And again, we've got 505 for the bounce. And then where do I like for the rejection? It's got to be this region here. So you've got bottoms of pivots, tops of pivots. So we know it's an area of supply. So if we come into that area, 518 to 520 for the rejection. Point of control, however, where the most amount of volume is in the last month, is a little bit higher at 522. So we can watch, there's a big region here we can watch. Oil, look at that. Look at that for a good uptrend. So we like a decent uptrend. Definitely pushing up. Let's draw that better. So that's our current uptrend right now. Didn't put in a lower high, held that level. Is it going to put in a higher high? If not, potentially we could be looking for a bit of a turnaround. We've broken out of that pivot area there, but it depends how you want to, if we were to link it to that. Let's go to the daily. I think that's the daily one. You can see that pattern quite clearly like this. So let's just make it a bit more accurate. About there. The bottom's pretty much okay. We can probably make that a little bit more accurate. And then we'll see that then when we get down. Let's put it about there. Oh, that'll do for now. Okay, so we can see we're in right in this wedge pattern, kind of holding that area up there, holding this area down here, and volume's declining right now as the price, oh no, sorry, volume's declining as we were going sideways, and now price is increasing as we're breaking out. So it's showing a little bit of strength there. So let's see what happens when we get close to this trend line, 74, where are we now, 74, 73.50. We could potentially watch for a rejection around that area. Let's go back down to the hourly, it's getting interested now. What levels? Yeah, again, we can keep an eye on 74.50 to 74 for the rejection. Slightly more accurate trend line now. And then if we pull back down into this region here, I quite like the retest of 72. That's it for oil. Gold. Holding the bottom of this trend line. This is a big double bottom we put in. Double bottom. We're retesting this potential area right now, so maybe look for a break and retest a pre-market high. Otherwise we can watch for a bounce back down in this region off of this trend line around 26.60. And then rejections, well, we've got this 27 area up here, 27.50, that's quite far from that. So you can keep an eye on these trend lines, these lines we've got drawn up already. You can see where the volume is to the left, big volume shelf there. So potentially this level here can be a rejection area, 26.92 to 2700. RTY. We're looking at this double bottom, or are we looking at this head and shoulders pattern? We've got left shoulder there, head. This is a right shoulder, and we're going to lose this area. Maybe we can analyse the daily to get a better. So I just see my comments. See the comments. Good morning, Charles. Hope you're well, and hopefully you have a good day today. So here's a interesting pattern. We're just curving around. You can see that on the 200 moving average, the purple line. You could say we've got the left shoulder here. This is the daily left shoulder, the head, potentially the right shoulder. So maybe keep an eye on a break and retest off this pivot 2500. It seems to be a key number right now. You can see we held it over here. We poked through to 26 and rejected 25 back down here. So let's. Is that all-time highs? I think it might be, yeah. So 2500 key number. Let's go back to the hourly. Not way off up there. So let's watch for the break and retest of. Do you know what? Until we get above that pivot, and we can't really say we're changing trend. So break and retest of yesterday's high. We want to break out over this 200 moving average, the purple line, back into this point of control and a pre-market high. So 22.60 break and retest. And then obviously we lose pre-market low. We can break and retest down into this area where we can watch for potentially a bounce. YM. Doing a similar thing. We're still in a downtrend. We could probably draw that trend line like that. Maybe you can extend it, draw a second trend line in there like that, and we'll kind of come back down. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. We're putting in this double bottom as well, but we are, so the key is what happens when we break this trend line, the pre-market high. So watch for the break and retest of pre-market high, break and retest of yesterday's high, and we can watch for a bounce at yesterday's low, but also keep an eye for a break and retest short as well. And I think that's it. And rejections, not until we get up to this 4400 area. Look at that. I was only looking at the number here, 4400, which is a psychological number, right on the point of control as well. And we've got all that volume in this area, and it's at tops of pivots, bottoms of pivots, bit of a retest area there, and we've yet to retest it, so we'll watch out for a rejection. And then finally Bitcoin. Did it get over 100? No, it didn't. So yesterday it was on a bit of a strong move up. Lots of topping tails. Let's just look at the volume quickly. So we put in this kind of head and shoulders pattern. It's not a great one. Decrease in volume as prices increase, then massive amounts of volume at the top. Massive amounts of volume, big candles as well. So is that ending volume? And then we've got little volume afterwards, so there's no interest in both the buyers or sellers. Sold off on reduced volume as well. Watch for the break and retest of yesterday's high. Not sure about pre-market high. And if we're curving round, then we can watch for a break and retest of pre-market low, and that will get us below yesterday's low, pre-market low, the 50 moving average as well. So we need to be below all of them to consider the short. Me, I'd only play it as a swing. So on the daily, what am I seeing? I'm seeing a head, a left shoulder, a head, potentially a right shoulder. Maybe this is part of the right shoulder now, and we're holding this 92 level. So let's keep an eye for the break and retest of that level there. We could probably look for a bounce around that area as well. You know, we seem to be having some big strong bounces from there. Last time we were there, bounce back out. Last time there, big move up. Last time there, big move up. And then yesterday, or a few days ago, back down there, big strong move up. But we have got decline in volume. So potentially, let's just see what happens. And maybe we've seen a bit of exhaustion at the top. And that's it. Let's just recap. ES on the order flow. You can see that's why I got confused. I thought we had 8:30 news. It's the 3rd today. Yeah. So divergence is doing the same. We've got price increasing. Divergence, cumulative delta increasing. And there's nothing really to look at. Nothing exciting. No big orders. Nothing exciting. 56.86. How far away from there? So nothing really. So that's it. So trade safe today. Might be a low volume-ish day again today. We had a bit of decent volume yesterday, but it's the last day. A lot of people are probably still away. All the smart money, the hedge funds, and maybe we're back tomorrow. I'm back on Monday. But trade safe, and I will be back Monday live, and I'll also be on the live stream, which is live right now, and it looks a bit like what you're seeing on screen. So any questions, leave me a message in the live stream. Okay, thank you for watching and have a nice weekend.